Hello, hang on, I'm just going to move this. Oh, I'm just going to move this a bit. That's better. Yeah, that's better. It was too much around that way. Hello, welcome to Wednesday's class. As I said before, I'm going through the alphabet. It makes these 5-minute course systematic. The thing that we're on B today, I did A for aging last week, and we're on B today. We're going to be on B for a while, actually, because there's quite a lot of subjects that fit into B. Today I'm going to talk about balance, said she, falling over. Balance is the thing I get asked about more than anything, I think. And balance is just vital because, well, I'm not sure now with COVID, but until COVID, the biggest cause of death in over 75s was falling. And it wasn't the actual fall itself, it was the complications that come with not being able, with hip fractures, not being able to be mobile and things. So balance is vital and people are worried about it. And once you've had a fall, you tend to sort of be a bit nervous and you tend to walk a bit more with an old person's gait and carefully, which means you don't pick your feet up properly, which means you're more likely to fall, which means you get more scared, and it sort of goes round and round. Balance isn't one thing. I mean, obviously you can stand on one leg and that's good balance or bad balance. You can practice doing that. Or another one, just to test your balance. I did this a minute ago and it was the toe to heel walking. So granny steps, whatever you want to call them. We used to call them needles when I was a kid in Shetland. I don't know why, but anyway, and they're quite hard. They're surprisingly, I'll show you, I'll put the camera down. They're surprisingly hard, actually. They're easier if you do them a bit faster, actually. But they are surprisingly difficult. But that practices your balance. But balance, like I say, it's not just one thing. It's a combination of things. It's a combination of strength, coordination, and flexibility, I would argue. And if you're good on all those, then that makes for good balance. I mean, strength is important because if you're struggling, I'm not sitting down to talk to you. I'm sitting down to demonstrate. If you're in a chair and you're struggling to get up, and you're doing this, you're overbalanced. If you're not flexible, if your neck isn't flexible, supposing you're crossing the road and you have to turn your whole body to see if anything's coming, that overbalance, that sort of puts you off balance. Coordination and strength, so that if you start to fall, you can catch yourself. I topple sideways quite a lot, but I very rarely fall because I'm able to catch myself. And balance, as you grow older, you know how kids seem to have no idea of where their body is in space? Very little children, they sort of walk into things and they crash into tables, and if there's loads of stuff on the floor, they just walk all over it, even though you know they're going to fall. As we get older, we lose the ability to recognize where our body is in space in relation to objects, and in relation to what our limbs are doing. It's called proprioception. And doing exercises like we do them here, I concentrate on strength, coordination, flexibility, and we do a bit of balance. And that helps improve your balance. I mean, there are some people who've got poor balance because they've got something physically wrong with their inner ear or things. But just having good balance through being strong, flexible, coordinated is really, really important. If there are any questions about balance, and it's something you need to practice every day. It's no use just doing this one class and doing, where we do the clock, that one, and doing the balance exercises once a week and then wondering why your balance isn't good. It's something that you need to practice quite a lot. Just get used to walking on tiptoe. Oops, I'm out of shot. Walking on tiptoe makes it easier. Stand on one. I actually haven't practiced this one. Maybe I should have practiced this before I show you. Stand on tiptoe on one leg. So walk slowly on tiptoe. so that you have to balance. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That not only improves your balance, but it makes your calves and your ankles and your legs stronger. But as I say, if you've got any question on balance, please feel free to ask me. My Over 50 Fitness link is underneath the video in the comments section. So if you want to ask me anything, that's probably the easiest way to get in touch with me. Right, so it's 11 o'clock by my watch, although we started a bit late. So if you're new, this class is in 3 parts. There's a warm-up, the main body of the exercises, and then stretching at the end. So we're going to start, the chair is there. If you can't, this is another thing. If you're doing exercises and you can stand up, it's better to stand up, because when you're standing up, you're having to brace, you're having to, it improves, sort of strong core is vital for good balance, and standing up helps your balance. Just the act of standing up helps your balance. Hi, Delia. Hi, Nikki. Yeah, it's a bit warmer today. It's a bit wet, though. Yes, so what was I saying? Core. Yes, if you can do the exercises standing up, do them standing up. Some of them are in the chair anyway, because it's difficult to do some of them sitting down. So anyway, we're going to start the warm-up by just walking on the spot, on your toes if you can. Remember, strengthen those ankles and calves and knees. Swing your arms slightly just to get your shoulders a little bit mobilized, to get a little bit of just a slightly exaggerated swing of the arms. Right, this week we're going to be multitasking. So keeping doing this with your legs, put your hands on your shoulders and stretch your arms up. Try and get your arms by your ears, but if you can't, if you've got limited mobility and they only go to there, absolutely fine. The main thing to do is not to force it. But your arms should be able to go by your ears eventually. And then bring them down, push out to the side, bring them back in, push forward and back. And then we're going to do it again. So up, down, out, in, and then forward and back. One more time. Up, down, out, in, forward, and back. Jolly good. Now put your hand on your shoulder and make your arm like a wing. And imagine you've got a pencil sticking out the end. And we're going to do 5 big circles, one on the wall, on an imaginary wall. 3, 4, 5, and then we're going to do them forwards. Nice full range of movement. 2, 3, 4, 5, and that helps shoulder mobility. It helps warm up your shoulder without putting too much of a strain. If you do it with your whole arm, I think it puts too much of a strain on the shoulder joint. Again, other arm. So we're going to go nice full range of movement. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. Last one to do with the arms is it's just going to raise one arm whilst at the same time putting the other arm out behind. And remember, it's just your arms that move. Don't rock. It's just your arms. Get your arms where is comfortable for you. You don't necessarily need to put them right up there. If you can, that's great. But don't force anything. I've seen people do this and try and force their arms up. The shoulder comes up. No, just do it nice and relaxed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Somebody's written another comment. I'm just nosy. Rebalance. I had, oh, it's a BPPV. I don't know what BPPV means. True. B balance. Don't know. Right, we're going to do heel digs, and at the same time anchor your elbows, and you're going to do a bicep curl with the opposite arm. So right leg, left arm, left leg, right arm. I had to say that quickly without thinking about it. So you're still doing the heel dig, pulling the toe back. And 3, 2, 1. Move my chair. Next one is just taking a step out to the side. This one's quite good because you, just for that moment, you're on one leg. Just for a fraction of a second, but you're on one leg. Try and remember the headlights on your knees and your hips, pointing forward all the time. So this one is, all these ones you are momentarily on one leg. So the one leg, this leg that you're standing on as this leg goes out, that's having to be strong, and this one, it just gives you, helps with your balance, plus warming you up. So out to the side, push with your arms. Start with prayer hands, push out. Prayer hands, push out. And this is making you do 2 things at once. They all are. A bit like patting your head and rubbing your tummy. So it's good for your coordination, which, as we've already discovered, is a component of balance. Oh, I've got hair in my glasses. Right. 3, 2, 1. Next one is just taking a step back. Again, same thing, momentarily on one leg. Don't let your knees come in, headlights, and we're going to have our hands here and we're pushing out. It's a pushing out movement. So try not to let your knee come in. Remember the headlights. Again, this is helping your coordination, strength and balance, and warming you up at the same time. 4 in 1. Never mind, buy one, get one free. Whew. 3, 2, 1. And then finally, just a little toe tap. And at the same time, just swing the opposite arm. Just a nice, gentle swing. Again, balancing, strength, coordination. 3, 2, 1. Now, talk about multitasking and coordination. Ooh, my arm's tender there now. I had my flu jab on Sunday, and my arm was fine, but it's got a bit tender today for some reason. Right. Anyway, we're going to put all that together, which is going to be, it's going to warm you up. It's good for your coordination, good for your balance, good for your strength, just everything. Hopefully a bit enjoyable as well. So we're going to do heel digs, out to the side, back, and toe tap. Heel digs, out to the side, back, and toe taps. Heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap. Heel dig, out to the side, back, toe tap. I wish I could play music. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel dig, side, back, toe tap. Jolly good. Right, I'm going to do a little bit of shadow walking. I'm going to put this down. Benign proximal positional vertigo. Crystals. Oh, yeah. Right, yes. Yes, sometimes there's physically things go wrong and you get vertigo, as Prue was saying. But generally, hello there, generally, even if you have nothing, I have nothing wrong with my inner ear, but sometimes my balance is a little bit, sometimes I stand up and fall over. I don't know why. And it's just weakness, lack of coordination. It's just something that happens as you get older, but it's not inevitable. Anyway, I've put the camera down. I'm going to turn my back on you and we're going to do a bit of walking where you have to cross your legs over. So be very careful with this, because if you've got poor balance, because it is overbalancing you. So be very careful. You might want to hold on to a chair while you do it. Right, so, oh, you can't see me and you can't see my feet there. Right, so imagine you're standing in the bottom right and the bottom left-hand corner of a square. So you're going to take your right leg and put it into the top right left-hand corner of the square. You're going to cross your leg over to the other corner, and then you're going to go back to your starting position. So it's right leg, cross left leg, back, back, right, left, back, back. Right, be careful on this bit, back, back, back. You don't need to do big steps, but just make sure your feet don't get tangled up. Do it slowly if you need to. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. Right, left, back, back. One more time. Left, back, back. Right, this time we're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to do our left foot up to the top right corner, cross over, and then back to your starting position. So it's left, right, back, back, left, right, back, back. However big you want to make the square is up to you. It can be a tiny square, it can be a big square. We've all got different lengths of legs. Back, left, right, back, back, left, right, back, back, left, right, back, back. One more time, left, right, back, back. Right, did you manage that? That's a bit of coordination, as well as, it's nearly 1:15, I better get a move on. That's coordination as well as, it's good, just good for you. Right, are we warmed up? We're going to start. We're starting with a squat as usual. If you're new to the class, you can listen. If you've heard this 100 times before, file your nails, put your lipstick on, whatever it is you want to do. A squat is sitting down without the chair. So if you sit down, you stick your bottom out and you sit down like that. That's what a squat is, sitting down without the chair. It's not your knees coming forward, which is what some people think it is. When you sit down, have your feet at least hip width apart. Don't let your knees come in, and you're sitting down like that. Now you don't have to go right down like that, because that takes quite a lot of strength on your thighs and your glutes. You can go down just to there. If you can manage that, that's absolutely fine. If you can't manage a free squat, sit in the chair and put your hands here so as you can't use them, and stand up and then sit down. If you sit at the front of the chair, it's a bit easier. Yes, it is. Sit at the front of the chair. Keep your knees, headlights on the knees pointing forwards, standing up, sitting down. If you can't do that, use your arms and use momentum to get you up. You can't use momentum to get you down. If you can't manage any of those, hands on knees and stand up, and then reverse the procedure. But the object of this exercise is to stop you ever putting your hands on your knees when you get up. We want you to be able to just spring to your feet, no matter what chair you're in. If it's a very low, comfy armchair, that might be a bit difficult. Anyway, we're going to do 10 squats. So, whichever way you're choosing to do it, I put my hands here when I squat because it just keeps them out of the way. So we're going to go 1, I'll turn sideways so as you can see what I'm doing. 2, 3. Make sure that you're not bowing. I've seen people do this, and that's bowing. Your torso should be as upright as it can be. 4, 5, 6. Show you the way my knees are. 7. The weight is in your heels as well. 8, 9, 10. Very good. Right. Oh, I should have explained before, if you're new. If you have a band, an exercise band, you'll need to use it. If you don't, do the motions, the movements without the band, but it's fine. But bands give you a bit more of a challenge. So we're going to do a seated row. So you're going to sit in the chair at the front, and you're going to stretch your legs out straight and pull your toes back and hook the band around your instep, and your feet, your heels stay on the floor the whole time. They never come up. I've seen people try to do this and raise their legs at the same time. It's an impossibility. And they think, oh, this is a very hard exercise. So my feet are straight out and my heels are on the ground. Trust me. You're sitting up nice and straight. Your body doesn't rock. It's only your arms that move. Have quite a bit of tension on the band, and you're going to pull your arms back, not out to the side and not up. It's just back like that. See if you can touch your elbows against the back of the chair and try and squidge your shoulder blades together, and then release nice and slow and controlled. 1. And then back. Do it the same speed as I'm doing it. 2. And pull. 3. You may have different strengths of band. 4. You can use quite a strong band for this one. 5. Because you're using both arms at once. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Well done. Right. Keeping the chair, we're going to strengthen your 2 smaller glute muscles and the side muscles here. So you're just going to lift your leg up sideways with your foot pointing forward. Don't twist. And don't lean over to one side so you can get your leg higher. Just let it go as high as it will go. You can hold on, it's not a balancing one. And then bring it down. That's 1. This puts quite a strain on the static leg. 2, as well as these ones here. 3. 4. 5. When you put your leg down, don't stand on it. Don't put your weight on it. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Ooh. Right. Give your hips a bit of a wiggle. And then we're going to do the other leg. So 1. 2. 3. Don't kick your leg up, just lift it. 4, and then place it down. 5. We want your muscles to be doing all the work. They're lifting and then they're placing it down. 6. 7. 8. 9, 10. Whew, well done. What are we doing now? Oh, yes. So take your band. If you don't have a band, just do the motions. But if you've got a band, you're going to put it on the floor and stand on it, and then hold it in one hand, anchor your elbow, and have enough tension on the band so that if you released your hand totally, it would do that. You need to have enough tension so that when you keep it at 45, your forearm at 45 degrees, your bicep is working all the time. And then you're just going to close your arm. Your elbow is never going to leave your side. So we're going to go 1. And with this one, you can alter the tension. 2, so you can make it very difficult or easier. 3, but as I've said before, 4 with exercises. 5, you should, by the time you get to 8, 9, or 10, 6, you should be thinking, oh, I'll be glad when this is over. 7, 8, 9, 10. And I was quite glad when that was over. And then swap over. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. Right. We're going to do a bit of balancing. It's balancing practice now. Have the chair there in case you need to hold on to it. This is hard, this exercise, so don't sort of feel that because you can't do it, and maybe you can do it. If you can, that's fabulous. So don't feel that if you can't do it, that it's all rubbish and it's not worth doing. It just means that you need to practice it more. So if we engage our core, it makes it easier. So breathe out, pull your navel into your backbone as hard as you can, and then relax it slightly so that this is all tight, so your core is really stable. Put your hands on your hips or hold on there or wherever you want to put your hands. And we're going to go up like this. And then we're going to go round a clock face. So we're going to go 12, 3, 6, and up again. 1, 12, 3, 6, 2. Woohoo! See? It's not easy. 12, 3, 6, 4. 12, 3, 6, 5. This is not easy, is it? 12, 3, 6, 6. 12, 3, 6, 7. 12, 3, 6, 8. Makes standing like this seem quite easy, doesn't it? 12, 3, 6, 9. 12, 3, 6, 10. See, this bit's easy. You could stand like this for ages. I couldn't do that when we started. Right, other side. Pull your navel in. Relax it slightly. Hands wherever you need to have them. Leg up, get your balance. And this time it's 12, 9, 6, 1, 9, 6, 2, 12, 9, 6, 3. You can sweep it round. 12, 9, 6. Woo! 4, 12, 9, 6, 5, 12, 9, 6, 6, 12, 9, 6, 7, 12, 9, 6, 8, 12, 9, 6, 9, 12, 9, 6, 10. Whoa. How is your other leg, your static leg? I find the static leg gets quite sore because you're putting a lot of strength on that. A lot of strength is going down through it, or pressure is going down through it. Right, you're going to get a sit down now, which is nice because I'm like that. Sitting on the chair, but sitting sideways on the chair. We're going to do our abs. So sit sideways in the chair and sit so that you can comfortably put your feet on the ground, flat on the ground, underneath your knees. So your knees are at 90 degrees and your ankles are under your knees. And then put your hands on your knees so that your middle finger is just at the top of your kneecap, and then lean back slightly so that your middle finger is about 2 inches above your knee, or 1.5 inches, 2 inches, and then put your arms forward, right forward, so that you're still leaning back, but your shoulders are pushing forwards. And then we're just going to bring the knees up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then sit forward. If you feel it sore in the small of your back, you're leaning back too far. You don't need to lean back very far at all. And that's why I ask you to put your hands forward so that it doesn't, you're not tempted to lean too far back and have an arched back. Right, we're going to do that again. Sitting up nice and straight. Lean back a bit. Arms forward. And we're going to go 1, 2, 3, nice and slow and controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then sit up. How was that? Did you manage all of them? Right. Standing up, chair again. But hold on, this is not a balancing exercise. We're just going to stand up nice and straight and just bring your leg back so that this muscle here and your back muscles are lifting. They're doing the lifting and your leg is the weight. So we're just going to have it nice and straight out behind you. When I say straight, I don't mean like that. Just like that. Not like that. That's 1. And then bring it out again. Hold it there for a couple of seconds. 2. Lift it. Don't kick it back. 3. It won't go very far. We're not really designed to move this way. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. And then we're going to give your legs a bit of a wiggle again. And we're going to do the other one. So 1, looks like my leg's pointing out to the side on this one, but I'm with that angle, but I'm not. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. That exercise maybe feels like it's not doing very much, but it is. It's strengthening your glutes and your back. Oh yes, the upward row. Right, so if you don't have a band, what I want you to do is hold your thumb. If you have a band, I'll show you how to do that in a moment. If you're new to this, or if you haven't got the technique, it might be easier for you to do this without the band. It puts quite a lot of strain on it. So put your hands together. The object of the exercise is to get your hands up, but elbows come up first. You pull up by the elbow. Imagine you're pulling a bin bag out of a bin. So it doesn't matter how high your hands get. You might only get them to there. You might be able to get them right up to your chin, but your elbows always have to be higher. I've seen people doing this. It doesn't matter where your hands are, it's where your elbows are. If you have a band, you have your feet hip width apart, stand on your band, and then cross it over. I'm going to come in here. Cross it over, and then you're going to lift. 1, nice and slow and controlled on the descent. 2, don't let it ping down. The descent is just as important. 3, as the ascent. 4. 5. 6. It's a tough one, this, isn't it? 7. It's a good one, though. 8. 9. 10. Woo-wee! Again, you can have the tension on the band, so it's easier or harder. Woo-hoo-hoo! Right, we're going to do another 10 squats. Oh, stretch my arms a bit. Yeah, we're going to have another 10 squats. I'm not going to do any speaking. We're just going to go into the squats, whether you're doing them in the chair or free squats. So 1, 2, see what I mean about the weight on the heels? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well done. That's pretty good if you think about it. That's 20 squats you've done today. If you could do that every day, you would do 140 squats a week, which would be really good. Imagine how strong you would be. Right, the dreaded side bends. So feet at least hip width apart. I find it easier if they're slightly wider. Bending to the side, not forward or back. And if your hand comes over, keep it straight so that you're actually using your muscles. Oh, so we're going to one side and 1. Oh, 2. I'm always really stiff at the beginning of this one. 3. It's probably because I only do it once a week in this session. Maybe I'll try doing it more. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, 10. And then the other side. Oh, oh. Are you groaning as much as I am? 1, I should not groan, I should just say, come on, it's easy. 2, 3, 4. You don't have to put your arm over your head if you don't want to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, and need one more. 10. I said 9 as if 9 was the culmination of it. Oh, I'm always so glad when that bit's over. Right, we're going to do our little routine. So we're going to do heel dig, side, back, toe tap. We're going to do it nice and slowly, 2 or 3 times, so that it gets back in your memory about what we're doing. And then we're going to put on imaginary music and speed it up a bit. So I'm not going to have a break. I'm just going to speed up when the music's on in my head. This is going to be the last one, so we're going to go a bit faster after this. So you may have real music on, in which case the tempo will probably be totally different from this. Side, back, toe tap, heel, 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 side, back, toe tap. One more time. Heel, side, back, toe tap. That was quite fast. How did you manage? Did you manage to keep up? If you've been doing this, if you've been with me most of the lockdown since last April, then you should be pretty good at that by now. Right, we're going to do heartbeat. As if your hearts weren't beating fast enough. We're going to do, oh, I want to see that actually. We're going to do 3 bouts of 20 seconds of high intensity exercise. Now, somebody, I can't remember who it was the other day, you can either do it running on the spot, at that tiny little steps, so not great big steps, just tiny little steps, so you're going as fast as you can, shoulders nice and relaxed, arms going. But somebody who had arthritis in their knees said that she does punching, and I thought that's a good idea. So if you want, as an alternative or as a mix and match, you can. So your feet are hip width apart and your knees are bent. You've got a boxer's stance. You don't do it standing upright. So you've got a boxer's stance. Your hands are here. Your hands are at your chest and you're punching straight like that. It's not going like this. It's not cycling. So you're going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And you think, initially you think, oh, this is quite easy. But 20 seconds of that is quite a long time. So it's entirely up to you. Don't do the running and the punching simultaneously, but you can mix and match or you can do whatever you like. So I have got my stopwatch on. On your marks, get set, off you go. 17, 18, 19, 20. How did that go? Did you run? Did you do the punching? Maybe if you ran, you'd like to do the punching, and then vice versa. If you did the punching, you could try the running. See which you find most challenging. I'll give you a few more seconds to recover. And then, on your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Last one in a minute. Well, not a minute. More like 30 seconds. No rest for the wicked. Right. You ready? You rested? On your marks, set, off you go. "17, 18, 19, 20. Well done. Did you manage all three? Don't go running off. We've still got the stretching to do. Just while you get your breath back, as usual, if you've enjoyed the class, you could, and you want to buy me a coffee, there's a link underneath in the comments section to the Buy Me a Coffee. There's also a link to my Over 50 Fitness Facebook page where there's a lot of information about all things fitness. And I sort of haven't mentioned the 6K Daily Steps Challenge for a bit, but there's information there about it. If you haven't and you would like to, could you please hit the subscribe button on the channel? I think most of you probably have. You can also hit the like button on this class. All things like that, greatly appreciated. You like punching? Gets all your aggression out. Does it? Do you find it a bit knackering as well? Because really, I want the object of the high intensity stuff is to get your heart going. Does it make you puff and pant, Elizabeth? Does your heart keep going? Well, obviously it keeps going. Right. Get the chair. Stretching as usual. Just going to turn this down slightly. And we're going to do calf stretch. So you know the drill. Front leg bent, back leg straight. Just check both feet are pointing in the same direction. Both heels on the ground. Leaning forward. Just hold that stretch. I'm just going to quickly see what Elizabeth's saying. Easier than the run. Oh, I'm not sure that I approve of that then, Elizabeth. But it's good if you enjoy doing it. That's the main thing. Still beneficial. And then bend your back knee slightly. Your heel will come off the ground. If you put a little bit of weight on that leg, you should feel this stretch moving down into your Achilles. Maybe you could mix and match, Elizabeth. 2 punching and 1 run, or 1 run and 2 punching. And then switch legs. Back leg straight. Just check your feet are both pointing forward. Bend your back knee slightly. Feel the stretch moving down into your Achilles. Okay, right, quadriceps stretch, the big muscles at the front of your leg. So if you can, grab your foot, your trouser leg, your sock, wrap something round it. And it's not a balancing one, although you can make it a balancing one if you want. Try and keep your knees together. If you can't do that, do dynamic stretching. Just put your hands behind you. Try and kick your hands. Put your hands on your bum. Try and kick your bum. Right, I'm going to do this for half of it. This is good as well because it gets your hamstrings pulling your leg up. And then Static stretchers switch legs, dynamic stretchers keep stretching. I'm going to do this one. I'm going to try and balance on this one. If you move your pelvis slightly, you can increase the stretch on your thigh. Okay, right, hamstrings now, the big muscles at the back of your legs. So sitting at the front of the seat, nice and straight, knees at 90 degrees, one leg forward, toe pulled back, sitting up nice and straight, lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. Try and keep your toe pulled back. And then sitting up, and the other leg sitting up nice and straight, and lean forward from the hips, not from the waist. And then one last one on the legs. You take your chair and sit sideways on it, but sort of to the front sideways so that the chair doesn't get in the way. You're going to stretch this leg back as far as you can. It doesn't matter how far back you get it. It's the fact that you're stretching here that's important. And your torso is upright. You're not leaning forward like that. Your torso is upright. And then swivel around. Okay, standing up. Oh, I'm just going to adjust the camera again. Hands at shoulder, arms at shoulder height, palms facing forward. You're going round the oak tree, so it's like that, not like that. And at shoulder height, and then dip your head. You should feel a stretch across the top of your shoulders. And then interlink your hands behind your back if you can. If you can't, try and get your elbows together. Just push your elbows together. And if you're interlinking your hands, just lift your hands up. And that stretches across your chest. So the first one we did round the oak tree is for your back, stretching your back. And this one is stretching your chest muscles. Okay. And then we need the chair again. So sitting nice and comfortably in the chair. Don't use the back to support yourself. Use your own muscles. Just dip your head and put your hand on your crown, but don't push. Just let the weight of your hand push your head down slightly. And then bring your head back up. Turn your head to the left as far as it will go. Note where your chin is in relation to your shoulder. Don't turn your shoulders, just your head. And then put your right hand on the right hand side of your face, if your head's turned to the left. And then try and look to the center, but resist with your hand. So your head's trying to move to the center, your hand is pushing it back, and you're creating tension in your neck. And then release slightly and see if you can turn your head just a fraction more to the left. Just increases the flexibility of your neck slightly. And then bring your head back to the center and turn your head to the right. Remember what I was saying about looking behind you. If you've got a flexible neck, it stops you overbalancing. And put your left hand on the left-hand side of your face. Try and turn your head back to the center. Resist with your hand. You need this for driving as well, looking over your shoulder when you're pulling out or anything. And then see if you can turn your head, release the tension, see if you can turn your head slightly more to the right. Keep it there for a few seconds. And then bring it back to the center. And that's it. Thank you very much for attending. And I will see those of you that do the Monday class, I'll see you on Monday. If not, I'll see you next Wednesday. So bye, stay safe, bye.